Right, here's the guitar and tin we're going to be using. First job, get this all apart.
Hey everybody, up here. For this part of the video, I decided to do a running commentary, if you like, a little video commentary, me in the corner. Hi. Because I was in my garden and I didn't want my neighbours thinking I was crazy talking to myself. So I'm just going to talk you through what I'm doing. Okay, so we've cut the guitar in line, the body in line with the neck. Now I'm measuring the tin, where the neck is going to come out of the body, finding the center, then measure the width of the neck pocket, find the center, so we can cut the hole the right size for the neck to come through. So the what's left of the guitar body will make up the main structure of the guitar, and that will be inside the tin. You see. Oh, don't use a permanent pen. This is a washable pen, so you can wipe off the marks afterwards. Very important. More measuring to get the depth. It's self-explanatory at this point, you know. So I'm just drawing the shape that it's going to be cut out. Double checking. Always double check your measurements. Triple check your measurements. No going back once you've cut it. And there it is. There's the shape. Yes, I'm happy with that, I think. Oh, I'm going to measure it again. Why not? Let's just measure it again. Measure it again, just to make sure. Yes. There we go. Bob Marley. These are some snips. They're good for cutting wire and things like this. Thin tin cuts it in nice straight lines, like scissors for metal, if you like. Metal scissors. Snip. Oh, very satisfying. Satisfying. And the other side. and then you can just bend it over. It's very pliable tin. Just be careful you don't cut your little fingers. Get some sharp edges there, you know. And there's our hole, and just get our file and just swing off any sharp edges and stuff. It's also very satisfying. Attach the neck now. Attaching the neck to the I don't know, what we're going to call this, the guitar body, what's left of it. And we're just going to offer it up to make sure it all fits, and that's what it's going to look like with the lids on. Splendid. Happy with that. Now I'm just marking out where the bridge goes there, and we're marking out where the pickups are going to go with the old scratch plate. So we've got it leveled up to the edge of the tin lid because the neck's going to butt up to the tin lid, and then we're just going to mark out where our pickups go, and we mark out where our bridge goes, and by doing this we know exactly where everything is, and it's going to work and it's going to intonate, and you've got it all together. Now what I'm doing here is I'm drilling a hole, and then I'm jigsawing the shape. Not the best thing really. I have since bought like a Dremel tool, so my next build is going to be a bit easier. This was a bit clumsy. Wasn't really any other way I could have done it because I didn't have the tools at the time, but I do have the tools now. But this still works, but it just makes it a bit. You don't get a good cut really. And then I decided I'm going to use the old part of the old scratch plate, so I cut it into because the whole thing is square. I fit it on there, and that's how at this stage it's going to go. So pickups into that. Blah, blah, blah. There's the neck on the doodah. There's our basic guitar. So now we go back to our insides, and I need to make this longer. So I've got a nice bit of 2x4. And we're going to make it all nice and strong and bolt it all together. Like so. Not very pretty. Really, I could have made a new piece to go inside, but you're not going to see the inside anyway. As long as it's strong, it doesn't really matter. So just bolting it all together. Screw, screw, screw. I could have glued it too. I should maybe have glued it as well, just to double strengthen, but this is a prototype. And then just screw that in there, and then bob's your monkey. Should have sped that bit up. There we go. Nice long screw. Boom. So now I'm just double checking where my bridge is going to go. So you can just, this is why it's good to use the old part of the guitar, because it's all there already. All your measurements are already there. And using a saw as a ruler, of course. And why not? So I'll mark across there and the centre, and then get our centre line, and then you know exactly where you are. And you can see the saw goes directly down the middle of the fret dots, so we know that neck is centre. And there you are, and that's where it will go. Splendid. Let's mark our holes. And what you'll find is that when you screw the bridge down, it will go into the wood. So it's not just the tin that's holding it, it goes into the wood that's underneath as well. So it's nice and strong. And what I really like about doing this as well is I'm not protecting the tin at all, because I wanted it to look a little bit worn by the end of it, and it develops scratches and dents and scuffs as you're going through the build, and I think that gives it a nice bit of character, because I'm not using brand new parts either, apart from the bridge, which is brand new. It's all second-hand parts, so it's all what do they call it, upcycling, if you like. So it gives it that used kind of look. So we've got our pickups in, so now we'll do some wiring. So I'm figuring out where everything's going. So you can put your knobs and your switches wherever you want. So I kind of went for where they would normally go on a Strat. It's a little bit more compressed together, but it works great. So I'm just working out where they're all going to go. I know that the volume usually sits between the bridge and the bridge pickup. So we'll put it roughly there, so it's under your hand when you're playing, and then the tones can just follow. You could be creative and put them in different places. It doesn't really matter where you put them. But I just thought I'd go for the standard Strat setup and simply just putting it all in place at this point. Yes, it works. Very good. So with that all done, just putting the last tone in. There we go. Schmoodle, 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 schmoodle. Very good. Now our switch. Now this, the donor guitar it's an entry-level Chinese kind of guitar. The circuitry and stuff isn't the best. It's okay, it's all functional. Sounds okay, sounds pretty good to me. But the components aren't that amazing. And this whole build, the parts cost £18.
So I'm going to give voiceover Brent a break, and I'm going to talk to you for a little bit while I rewire this monstrosity. So we're coming to the end of the build, almost. There's in there. There you go. Let's stick that in there. And I think what I'm going to do before I actually string it up and do a setup, I'm going to remove the logo off the headstock, because this is completely mine now.
What's that stain on his top?
Claimed it on. I do need a new soldering iron. My soldering iron is years old, and it's a bit pants. It doesn't quite get hot enough anymore. So I do fight with it a little bit. Obviously the wiring in this thing isn't top quality. It's Chinese stuff, but I'm doing this left-handed. That's okay. Yeah. So this guitar is actually for sale, but not my other one. I'm going to keep the first one because it was the first one. But this one, yeah, I'm going to stick it up. I'm looking for other things I can do, other things I can make into interesting guitars to play. See, now I have to extend that, which is really annoying because obviously it's not gone back in the same position as it was before, and that's a really short earth wire on there, so I need to go and get some wire and extend it.
So there it all is, wired up. Now let's have a listen and a play. Now, I've got the guitar playing really well, and I think it sounds pretty cool, but I hate that scratch plate, and I should never have done that. It's horrible. So I thought, what can I do? Because the cutouts for the pickups weren't neat, so I can't do that. So I thought, why not use a part of the board, because it's a board game, as a scratch plate. So I did. I didn't video me setting the guitar up, but it sets up just like any other guitar. It intonates just like any other guitar, as long as you've got that neck level, the neck height right. I did have to put a shim in just to raise and tilt back slightly, but that's normal on many guitars as well. I have other videos on how to set guitars up, and I'll put them in the description. So, hope you enjoyed this, and if you make one yourself, I'd love to see it. So let me know.